Welcome to Morphic Labs, and today we'll be continuing our discussion of Beyond Sharp, what quants actually care about. And today we're covering chapter 2, which is expected value and mathematical expectancy. But before we get into that, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up with more content like this. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're interested in increasing your market intelligence, which if you're into trading or markets at any capacity, you should be interested in increasing your market intelligence. But if you're interested, I have a free market microstructure and trading systems course that will walk you through the foundations of market structure, the mechanics of trading, market data, and analytics. Plus, I have a free advanced market aggregation course that will walk you through advanced price-based aggregation, volatility-driven aggregation, information theoretic aggregation, order flow microstructure aggregation, event-driven hybrid methods, plus implementation and selection criteria. If you're interested, the links are in the description. Just gotta sign up to be a free member and you have both of them all to yourself. Now, let's get into it. Number 2, expected value and mathematical expectancy. At the foundation of quantitative trading lies a simple but non-negotiable principle. A strategy must possess positive mathematical expectancy. Without it, no amount of risk management or position sizing can produce long-term profitability. Expected value is the probability weighted average of all possible outcomes. Definition 2.1, expected value. Let the set containing x sub 1 up until x sub n be the set of possible outcomes of a trading strategy, and let the set containing p sub 1 up until p sub n be the associated probabilities with the sum of p sub I, where I indexes from 1 up until n, equaling 1. The expected value E of x is defined as E of x equals the sum of P sub I times x sub I, where I indexes from 1 up until n. For continuous return distributions, this generalizes to E of x equals the integral of x times f of x dx from negative infinity up until infinity. Where f of x is the probability density function of returns, a trading system with E of x less than or equal to 0 is mathematically guaranteed to lose money over an infinite sequence of trades, regardless of its path-dependent volatility, right? And here's where some people get confused is that you can have a strategy with a phenomenal Sharpe ratio but negative EV, right? So if you keep using that strategy long enough, you're gonna lose all your money, right? And you can also have something that has essentially a very pathetic Sharpe ratio, right? Your strategy could have a pathetic Sharpe ratio, but it could have a phenomenal expected value, right? So it's all about looking at more than one dimension. Uh, when it comes to metrics, you gotta have a multi-dimensional view of your risk. Because if you don't, even using one ratio or two, you're already blind. You gotta use like 3, 4, 5, 6 ratios at the same time. Uh, Plus other mathematical risk metrics to evaluate your strategy, right? As I was saying, in trading practice, expected value is often expressed in terms of win rate and the ratio of average win to average loss. Let W denote the win probability, L equals 1 difference W, the loss probability, W cap the average winning trade, and L cap the average losing trade return expressed as a positive value. Then E of X equals W times W cap difference L times L cap. Equivalently, letting R equals W cap over L cap denote the win-loss ratio. U of X equals L cap times W times R difference L equals L cap times W times R plus 1 difference 1. For the expectancy to be positive, the condition W R plus 1 has to be greater than 1, must hold. Or equivalently, R has to be greater than 1 difference W over W equals L over W. This is the break-even win-loss ratio. A strategy with 40% win rate must achieve a win-loss ratio strictly greater than 1.5 to generate positive expectancy. A strategy with a 35% win rate requires R to be greater than 1.85. Definition 2.2. The per trade edge. A is defined as the expectancy expressed as a decimal fraction of the unit risked. A equals W times R difference L times 1 equals W times R difference 1 difference W equals W R plus 1 difference 1. A positive edge A greater than 0 is necessary but not sufficient for survival, as we shall see in section 4.2 in the future. Position sizing determines whether a positive edge strategy produces wealth or ruin. 2.1, the Kelly criterion and position sizing. Given a positive edge, the question becomes what fraction of capital should be allocated to each trade. The Kelly criterion, derived by John L. Kelly Jr. in 1956 at Bell Labs. If you know what Bell Labs is, it's one of the most important institutions in human history. They gave us the transistor, they gave us C, they gave us information theory, they gave us a whole list of technologies like the laser, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into Bell Labs, but whatever. He developed it at Bell Labs, and the optimal bed size that maximizes the expected geometric growth rate of wealth, right? Essentially, the Kelly criterion optimizes the bed size, right, for the most uh, generative wealth growth rate. Definition 2.3, Kelly criterion. Let W be the win probability and R the win-loss ratio. The optimal Kelly fraction F star of capital to risk per trade is F star equals W difference 1 difference W over R equals WR plus 1 difference 1 over R equals A over R. The Kelly criterion maximizes the expected logarithm of wealth. In the general case where winning trade returns fraction B and a losing trade fraction A, defined as F star equals P times B difference Q times A over A times B equals P over A difference Q over B, where P is the probability of win, Q equals 1 over 1 difference P, and A is the fraction lost on a negative outcome, and B is the fraction gained on a positive outcome. A practitioner's warning. Full Kelly betting is optimal in theory, but dangerously aggressive in practice. Estimation errors in W and R compound into sizing errors that can dramatically increase risk of ruin. Professional quants universally employ a fractional Kelly size in typically betting 1 over 4 times F star to 1 over 2 times F star, accepting suboptimal growth in exchange for dramatically reduced drawdowns. And that's about it for today. In the next video, we will be discussing chapter 3, correlation and the covariance matrix. If you're interested in increasing your market intelligence, I have a free market microstructure and trading systems course that will walk you through the foundations of market structure, the mechanics of trading, market data, and analytics. Plus, I have a free advanced market aggregation course that will walk you through advanced price-based aggregation, volatility-driven aggregation, for information theoretic aggregation, order flow and microstructure aggregation, event-driven hybrid methods, plus implementation and selection criteria. If you're interested, the links are in the description. Just gotta sign up to be a free member, and you have both of them all to yourself. And if you're interested in more content like this, hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'm out. Bye.